Welcome to Sonic Zero Special Issue 7. Why are we on 7? Well, that's how it was ordered in the reading arrangement for some reason. Now, I'll give you a tidbit on Sonic Zero Specials. These are the specials. However, some of them have our collections. I'm not sure which ones, and I don't think many of them are. I think only Special 3 was the collection of some older issues. That's why we skipped that one. And we went to 4. The reason we skipped 5 and 6, I don't remember. One was a special issue. Not, of course, special issues. One of them had issue, actual story. This comic, I don't know why it's put in here. Honestly, it could be put anywhere because guess what? It doesn't tie into anything really, unfortunately. So this is kind of a weird comic. This is the Image comic crossover. Now, as I said earlier, you and I actually recommend this. You guys can skip this. Like, you can just stop watching the video here because if you're interested in the storyline so far, because this doesn't connect to anything at all. All right, you guys left. Those guys left. Okay. This is a crossover with Image Comics. If you don't know what Image Comics is, because for whatever reason they are a publishing company that let creators own the rights to their characters. Created by a bunch of famous people. To get into it, you probably know them for Spawn mostly. They had some other stuff like Savage Dragon, who I think's in this. I don't know. I'm not big in Image, though. I know some that came out later after this comic. Two comics I really like, that being Walking Dead and Invincible. Those are pretty good comics, but they didn't right now at this point. But anyway, I don't know why I mentioned that because it really isn't really a Image crossover because those characters barely show up. In fact, Spawn is only in the most famous Image character is only in for like one panel in this little cover cameo. No, this is written by Ken Penders, and at the time he had his own comic at Image because pretty much any publisher comic creator can make their own comic in Image if they wanted to. And his comic was it basically is just him promoting his own comic through Sonic, which is really stupid. Now that comic was so great, so amazing that it only lasted one issue. Yeah. So yeah, we that most of our time's gonna be spent dealing with that. And in case you're wondering, what the fuck does this do with Sonic? Well, guess what? It doesn't. So let's get into this shitty comic. Yeah, this is not only written, it was inked by him. I don't care for the editor's desk. Particle. My name's Particle. And your claim, this device, the vibrational tuner. This tuner will transport you to an alien world? The tuner doesn't work that way. But you said the place you visited looked futuristic? Could you have moved forward in time? Possibly. But I can't see how. The tuner was designed to prove the theory of alternate realities. Worlds exist within the same time on different dimensional planes, separated only by the frequency at which they vibrate, have been prepared to encounter a world much like ours, for some variation, but nothing could ever prepare me for what I actually encountered. Where on earth am I? Where this place is sure not Kansas. Not only that. Yeah, this is the Ken Penders, self-insert character there, I guess. Sonic the Hedgehog over there. Looks like someone's off the beam path, Tails. And it's an overland, no less. What do you guys think? Should we rush her? That the energy readings attract originate from another locale. She's on an overlander, mon ami. Not only that, she's a female. On Porto La La and two parts treasury. I don't get that. Antoine, is that how you think of me? Oh, contraire, Monterey. I was merely recalling a bad experience I once had. Oh my, the animal life in this world is mutated in some bizarre way. Well, I don't want to hurt them, so. Wait. What's she doing? Scatter. She's firing some weapons, Sally. They're only stunned. What a relief. I never have forgiven myself by any of these creatures was harmed. Still, my mission remains. The quick adjustment of the triangulation radar on their tuner. I've locked on the power source I'm looking for. Do you remember the Candy Batman show from the '60s? Like I was living in an episode when I discovered the Zoot Shoot. Is this camp or what? Yeah, make fun of that. Fucking Ken Burns came up with that stupid shit. So fuck you. That wasn't in the fucking games. So fuck you, Ken.
Holy Becky, you gotta be kidding me. I'm supposed to slide down there.
I fucking hate this character, by the way.
I'm so glad there isn't anyone around to see me make a fool of myself. Well, that could have been called an undignified landing. Whoever designed this place probably never even cracked open a copy of Architectural Digest. Get out of here. A Dago elephant man encased in a humongous emerald? If I wasn't seeing it, I wouldn't believe it. Fantastic. According to this tuner, this is where the power source emanates from. But it is the elephant man, or both, which generates the energy, huh?
Who invited you here?
Don't tell me, let me guess, you must be
Knuckles, the echidna, guarding the floating island, fairing the Chaos Emeralds, and one is going to kick your serious butt if you try anything stupid.
Chaos Emerald, but of course, you must be dependent upon it. It's power source too.
What's to you? Now back away there before I get really mad. Of course, he's gonna have his two characters interact. Well, Kim Paris thinks he created Knuckles or something like that. Not really, but the way he acts, you would think you would think he would be the creator of Knuckles, but obviously he didn't because he's not that creative.
Where I come from, we extend our open hands as a sign to show we mean no harm. On game, what's happening next? You surrender after we shake hands. Not quite. You simply become relaxed when I touch my hand.
Hey, what the fuck?
Something's wrong. I've yet to experience a reaction like this once. Could he possibly be immune, such as I? I'm truly sorry, my friend. I wish I didn't have to resort to such desperate measures. Certain hands are beyond my control. Not to mention, I've now less than a minute to adjust the tuner so that I can transport the power source I came from. I'll let the doctor figure out how it works once I turn it over to him. 3, 2, 1. 0, activate. My mission accomplished. I engaged the tuner and turned to rally along my unique find.
You didn't have any clue where you got set in motion, did you?
No, time again.
What about?
Excuse me for we continue. I was wondering if I may avail myself to the ladies' room.
Yo, over there. Scolder.
Don't move. Don't even twitch. What have you done to Scolder? I didn't do anything. I merely grabbed hold of him so he wouldn't get hurt falling.
You should call a doctor.
I am a doctor. Move aside. His heartbeat's regular. Breathing seems normal. All in all, he appears to be simply. My apologies, Agent Molly. I would only be maritime for your government learn of my abilities.
This woman's a fucking bitch. I fucking hate her. Hope she dies. I think her comic got canceled after one issue. Cause it's fucking shit.
Use my own power for their own purposes.
One blazes has in the backup generator kicked in. The power's out. Scolder Mully, what happened to you guys? Where's your suspect? They just sound like some White House flunky. If I haven't any recollection, she blew your fuse, Scolder, just as she probably did to the electrical system in the building. We're getting a sound like me, Molly. Molly, what the fuck's Molly? That's pretty spooky. I either give you the benefit of the doubt once in a while, or else I think you're nuts. And that woman's gonna sound like a man and one not. So where do we go from here? That woman was our only lead. Not quite. She may have been the only living being we found among the ruins of the airbase, but not the only evidence of other players.
You gotta be kidding me, Scolder. How could an electronics repairman live in Midtown Manhattan with his 16-year-old son possibly involved in this case?
That's where we're here to find out. Evening. Howdy, I'll be with you in a minute. The nurse system checked out. Now what can I do for you good people? Agent Wolf, Scolder, FBI. This is my partner.
Angel Lana Millie. Or Molly, what the fuck my name is.
We looked at you some questions concerning about where your whereabouts this past weekend. I was here there whole time. I can see I've quite a backlog of work to take care of. What about your son? Eddie? Eddie? Who are you asking about him? He's a good kid. He hasn't done anything wrong. I'm not saying he has. We're only interested in finding out if he's seen anything that could aid our investigation. He meant to close up shop and I'll take you upstairs to our apartment. He should be up in his room studying. Eddie, some people are here to see you.
Yeah, Dad. If it's Edie and Charlie, tell them to hang out. I'm almost finished.
It's got an Archie shirt, apparently. Sorry to interrupt your concentration, Eddie. We were wondering if you could tell us what happened this past weekend at Lucas Air Force Base.
You know about that?
They found your father's business card. as well as a security monitor videotape from which we extracted several images for your further study. I expect you may be familiar with this one. It's okay, son. Tell man what happened. You know.
Oh boy, Dan, I think you better sit down as well. Last Thursday night, I was riding my bicycle from home, the senior high basketball game. I saw a bright light flash in the alleyway before I entered store in Winter's Hardware. I thought go inside and do my homework, but my curiosity got the better of me. I didn't know what caused the fireworks. When I peeked around my corner, that way my eyes freaked. No way could I believe I was seeing the real tall dude and just stood there looking dark and mysterious with a cape that moved all around as if it were alive and he was surrounded by kids dressed up like video game characters. Then I remembered, oh yeah, forgot, it's Halloween. At least someone around here knows how to have fun. Say, they're tall, dark and gruesome.
So yeah, okay, this comic's fucking shit. So, by the way, I hope you enjoy this Spawn. This is all we get of Spawn here. Oh yeah, these other characters, in case you're wondering who they are, they're nobody basically. Just don't worry about them.
Do you have the slightest clue where we are? We don't need a road map, just a signpost. No. Of all the neighbors, sure are friendly around here. Now what? Huh? We still don't have any idea where we are or how we got here. Me too. Excuse me, maybe I can help. I guess you kids are lost. Huh? Free costumes, by the way. I play the games and watch the Saturday morning cartoon. Way cool stuff. Costumes. He's a burst your bubble, bub. We're the real deal. Are all you overlanders this slower up in the uptake? Oh, come on. It's cool, honest. If you're lost, I'll see that you get home to your parents. We're lost, all right. Right now, it's important, imperative that we find the Chaos Emerald immediately, if not sooner. Chaos Emerald? You guys really are. How? Not how. Why is the question. I want answers too. I was in a hidden grotto on the floating island. Lifted caution till I felt the cold rush of water pouring in. Considering the island hovers among the clouds, I didn't need to be a high council member to know something was majorly league wrong. Once outside, I could see the full scope of the problem. That it was way beyond anything I could handle on my own. With everyone on this island trying to cope with the disaster, it'll leave me with many options. Oh.
Here's a random splash page, I guess. Lovely.
So I had to hear man when you need helping hand, Knuckles. Things never change. Nicole. Key player commencing with the Rebel Knuckles. Looks in the key blinds. Very well, Sally. 20 minutes after our encounter with an unknown female, Knuckles arrived. Upon comparing notes, it had been induced that she originated from another location. The key estimates were here in Mobius, I know it. Maybe Nicole could pick up a trace that you couldn't. Scanning. Well, my sensors record no sign of energy waves normally emitting from the chaos emerald anywhere here on Mobius. Well, confirming Knuckles' worst fears, immediate preparations were begun in regards to retrieving the floating island's only chance for survival. Take the set of wheels? Was this one robotics or what? Retta found it abandoned months ago.
I've yet to find any indication as to its origins. All I know is that it's a PUT. And it works. Everyone's full set, then full speed ahead. Next up, the Cosmic Interstate.
The cosmic what?
Said somebody. I don't know. That kid's not there anymore, and they just kind of forgot about him. But who the fuck cares? This is so badly written. Cosmic Interstate, along a winding road that leads to your door. I'm not gonna read the rest because that's all you need to know.
Think I'm strong chaos energy reading, Sally? You can play the location, Nicole. We won't overshoot our mark. Over there, Sally. That planet. When I locked onto the signal, I followed it down to here. What Nicole is saying is the Master Chaos Emerald is somewhere in the vicinity. And time is definitely not on our side. Will you help us?
I don't like this at all. This is ooh boy, I don't like that at all. Like these two panels. Yeah, can I burn that on my mind, please? I don't like this look, and I don't like that look being followed up with this look at all. You gosh, this guy's he's a fucking furry. That's all I can say. I take it that's a yes. I'm not sure I understand what you're getting into, but if you need help, Eddie.
Don't worry, Dad. I know who to call in a jam. As the lady said, the clock's ticking. It's time for Shadowhawk. It's time to hit the streets again. Ready, guys? Come on, say it's a SWAT bot. Who did this one? It's the kid.
I don't know if Shadowhawk's a character, but I'm always surprised it's made up by Ken Penders.
Let's not broadcast that, alright? Only Dad knows. That's right now. We have to figure out how a bunch of us are going to track down your emerald. Any ideas?
Answer just around the corner where their vehicle was parked. It was the funkiest thing I ever laid eyes on.
Woohoo! Move over, Roby Knievel. What the fuck?
Robbie Knievel, where the fuck that is.
Feel the cast around get Nicole?
Like I said, I don't really know much about Image Comics. I've read the entirety of Walking Dead and a bunch of Invincible, but that's about it. So those comics ain't come out yet. So I don't know what characters are who. So you can tell me in the comments below. All I know is that the one that the main that one girl was made up by Ken Penders, our favorite writer. Alright, Sally, utilizing the electronic map grid, I'm picking up via satellite transmissions. I can display locations of ourselves in relation to the Chaos Emeralds, and continuously transmit the data that orbit navigating computer.
Translation?
The computer is steering the boogie program by Nicole.
First slow it, guys. The grand civilization you're heading towards. I can't explain how, but we phased right through the wall of solid concrete and steel merging inside the terminal. At first, no one knows. After all, this was New York.
Great shitty joke.
Mom, do you see who that is?
Did you knock on wood yet, Jill? By the time we actually can get away from it all, man. It only took seconds for the specters to comprehend something unusual was occurring among them. What the hell? I mean, you're not? Sorry, Jill. Someone could get hurt. If I don't do something about it, who else will? That bunch looked more than enough for the typical cop to handle. Then again, no one has ever said I was typical. Blast, they're getting away. Oh, great.
Where could be wrong, sugar?
I think we're being followed by the dragon.
Have you gone routines? Dulcie's not even with us. Dulcie, who's that? She's a dragon, we know.
I wouldn't know about her. I was talking about that guy. He's firing at us. Oh boy. Stop in the name of the law. I don't know who any of these characters are. And what their voices should sound like. Not that they care, because why is this even in a Sonic comic? Sure plays for keeps, doesn't he? It's so hard to tell the good guys from the bad guys these days. Guess who? I have to remind him who's who. What are you doing? I think you're doing it. The end of the line anyway. You guys can board the train if my friend is firing at us.
You know this now, Bull?
Yeah, we met.
Why do I feel like it takes one to know one? May I remind you the Castermount is leaving on that departing train. You're Nicole, everybody. All aboard. Have you lost, Dragon? You could have killed us.
Wouldn't you shoot first and ask questions later? We saw a bunch of hooligans tear through. Get back, that cycle's alive. Whoa, that thing's got more gimmicks than James Bond. Allow me to be of assistance. I guess it's not true what they say about New York. You can't walk around stumbling into super types. Pardon my observation, but have you looked in the mirror lately? By the way, my name is Union. I've seen you and I'm Shadowhawk, and it is. Never mind that. We've got to go after that bunch. We stand more of a chance following the train through the air than on foot. Though I'm more curious as to the urgency of persuade children dressed as cartoon characters. Look at me, I'm flying. This is so cool. Let me down, you big doofus. This dragon doesn't fly. As for those kids, just because they may be kids doesn't mean that they ain't genders. Okay, I got rid of that. So who fucking cares? Can my son touch the chaos remote somewhere in the car?
Briefing, Sal.
Ha! There you are. It took you a bit longer than expected, but knew you'd come after this little bauble regardless.
What do you mean you knew? Am I missing my hair? You're not the only one, the Dark Lady. How would someone like you know anything about the Master of Chaos Emerald?
That would be telling. Suffice if I say that I know you all quite well.
Really, I don't ever recall you stumbling over you either, Bub.
You got to know me very well, kid, now about that in the future. As for you, Hedgehog, you're merely lucked out in our past encounter. This time, however, I'm more in control than anyone dares imagine. When you learn, there they are. Interesting setup, to say the least. Who's appointed you set designer? Bring 'em down, my men droids. Dead or alive, makes no difference to me. Two can play that game, base villain. You can't scare me here, costume creating. I know what happens next. You should have seen the light show. Even the 4th of July couldn't begin to compare. On the other hand, the car we were in could have had to use some serious shock absorbers.
Grab hold, everyone. Still.
Things spun out of control, began losing round up the point. Could have ended up anywhere in time, even in our planet. For all I was aware, SWATbot 1 to Squadron. I have locked into the master signal. Sensors indicate the master house below us, along with various alien life forms. Right, that's a good voice. Get your team in here immediately. Plus, there's much to be done, as you command, Master. Phase 1 complete. I have gathered together the anomaly components for the most insidious plot ever devised. With the incalculable energy of this missing gemstone harnessed under my control, there will soon be curses on infinite realities, resulting in only one mine. Ha! This guy is such a great villain. This is not generic or boring at all, and he totally will be a recurring villain in whatever comic he's in. Not last one issue. As out of it as I was, I could sense things were progressing all around me, and I was sure I wasn't the only one unhappy with what was going on.
I did my part, Dr. Knight. What if you live up to your part of the bargain?
My dear Particle, I'm far from being finished with you. Consider the power you possess, the ability to control and manipulate electronic impulses, and its awesome implications. Interfacing with neurons of the human nervous system or impulses along a circuit board are simple potatoes compared to what I have in mind for you. I'll give your uppers this time by recommending an attitude adjustment on your part and get with a program. Now, if you'll excuse me, if see others need of my wisdom and guidance. What seems to be the problem, you armored plated dolts? There's an unusual sound emanating from the Sandmaster. Listen, sigh, if I must. You're right, almost unusual. I can't recall anything quite like it.
Curry, I just lost hope of seeing you again. I never did, Anita. Come on.
We haven't much time. Too dark in here. That's much better. The Max wants to see the lights. What are you waiting for? Get him. Why is Max so popular all of a sudden? All I want is a Jug or Julie. What the fuck that is? Anyone see her?
No, this one, Anita. I just about have it.
No, just about it. Our enemy is either supremely dangerous or awesomely stupid to think we can free ourselves from his dungeon. You look familiar, Miss Velocity. I get around. I thought I recognized that voice. It's been a while, hasn't it? Not that long ago, Dragon. Hey, how about...
Hey, how about we minutes later and get the hell out of here?
Whoa, sounds like somewhat serious party's going on up there. If you ask me, it sounds like anything but fun up there.
So listen up, since you're the fastest, we'll need to just be the creative version, allowing us to assess the situation and deploy the troops to our advantage.
Speed, you say? You need speed? When it comes to speed, no one has a leg up on it.
Hey, the big sister. I should just like him. But I'm just getting warmed up. Well, I'll be.
Just when you thought that you saw me. Strike right. That boy out of turn pro.
What are you babbling on about? Me, that cooker rock in one piece. Not to mention the nutkeys that stole it from us. I'll take it this way, and I'll go that way.
With neither one of you having a chance to derail my plans and my event, observe. I've studied the chaos forces for countless years across untold permutations of reality. And now, as the result of all my efforts, I'm going to recreate reality my way.
This is wacko. There's only one nutjob I know capable of this, and he's bit the big one. Just who are you?
As that kills me not to gloat, Hedgehog, I'm afraid I can't tell you until this final endgame. At that moment, I'm still trying to figure out if I prefer the 33rd century post-apocalyptic style of architecture over the 20th century Art Deco. I can never decide.
Big, I can make the choice for you, Mac. How about neither?
You?
Whether or not you know me doesn't matter. What does?
I do not care what your some neck clods do. Grind his bones to paste. Use them for tomorrow's stew. Just get rid of the echidna.
Is that I've got a job to do. Smash any swap out before they can even get your knuckles. Everyone attack! Man, oh man, not sure I can do this.
Look inside yourself, Knuckles.
Father!
This is where you were born for. Don't listen to him, Knuckle. Your destiny is to rule a universe.
Seeing our sights, it's that high, aren't we, great Uncle Dimitri?
I gave you abilities far beyond my echidna, my son. Only you can make the choice whether to properly use the squander or gift I provide.
I don't understand. What choice do I have but to listen to my father? So much power, so much energy. All I want is the world restored to me!
Apparently, of course, Knuckles saves the day. Because who else? What our side character would save the day? What a bang up! How if someone could tell me what just happened? It appears our friend here he hasn't much to say. Like a puppet whose strings were cut. Hey, we're on a military base. It's a fish. It's an officer of the law. It'd be hard pressed to explain my presence here, let alone yours. Hear that? Hey, having to talk to some government suit. Fair beat Dad just so he knows I'm okay. It's actually cute if I ever heard one. Seems the Max already took the hint, so I'll see you guys back at the ranch. Come, gentlemen, the big bad city waits.
As it turned out, Dad wasn't even aware I'd been gone. It was so weird beginning to doubt anything I experienced during that time. That is, you guys showed up.
What do you think, Molly? The kid lives in the face of the world. Scolder, too many comic books and video games for his own good. Don't think comic books, video games, no must-see TV could have come up with a wild tale as that one. Besides, the story pretty much collaborates with what Prickle told us. Miss Easy Miss. All he wants to do is actually put questions. Have you seen my sister? Unless she's tall, ripped, and bulked up on too many steroids, I'd say no. Not. Hello there, what have we here? How was that collaborating Scolder? Well, we know she could have been a customer, or perhaps someone else may have dropped the card. I'm open to alternative theories, Molly. Do you have any better ones?
Rebelling Metropolis, bigger task than I ever imagined, Nicole. If we work, it could be worse, Sally. Dr. Robotnik could still be causing trouble. I guess you're right. On the other hand, if he was, Second Tails would still be with us. This is life, Sonic. You said it, little buddy. And the fun and adventure anyone could ask for. It doesn't get any better than this. I don't know why I felt the urge to check down here. Things the same as it was yesterday. Sometimes being a guardian floating on isn't all it's cracked out to be. I'll tell you what really happened. It was a massive hallucination brought on by microbes during the total eclipse of the sun.
Come on, Lodo, for us to get over the concept of multiple realities, and this the best you come up with? You're considered for all our cases together why physical evidence is so important to me, Scolder. You already have faith in your conventions, whereas I want to believe. I'm not gonna read that text thing, who fucking cares? The truth is out there.
And yeah, that was the end of that. Is that good? Did that make sense to anybody? Ooh, I didn't read. No, it doesn't make any sense to people who read Image Comics either. Just they just throw in some random characters. Like I guess at the end, like, oh, here's that character. You recognize that character? The funniest one is they put Spawn there for like one panel, and then he just says no, and that's it. And he leaves. Like, what? That's funny as shit. The other characters just do some random shit, and it's goofy as fuck. It's stupid, and there's a random villain, and then doesn't really tie to Sonic or anything. Just a lot of mumble jumble. Horrible. That's it. See you next time in an actual comic.